There we are, episode 4 of the Story Spotlight show. Today, with the Brawl Stars Championship. We're gonna talk about all the details of the Brawl Stars Championship. It's on the way. Then, second topic, Gary V. You're not burned out, but bored. Have some very interesting clips for you there. And then, last topic today, UFC-246. An amazing, a big match is on its way. Conor McGregor against Cowboy Cerrone. And I want to talk about that match with you. It's going to be so exciting. So, as I said, an amazing show for you today. An amazing show. At least in my opinion, I really like those topics. It's all about championships and fighting on and working hard. So, let me quickly check something. Good. Yeah, it's working. Thought I heard my own voice. Helping you to make your dreams come true and break out of the matrix to live a strong, happy, and healthy life. I'm Avalon, and this is the Story Spotlight Show, episode 4. How is everyone? Welcome to the show. It's gonna be amazing. We see 𝗀𝗍𝗍 already here in the chat. It's amazing having you, 𝗀𝗍𝗍. I hope all is well. The first topic we're gonna talk about, the Brawl Stars Championship. That's the first one, and I'm all hyped up about that. And we're gonna dive right into that very first topic here. First of all, I don't know if you've all seen it. There's been this announcement video, and that's the first thing I want to show you just in case you missed it. Brawl Stars Esports. As soon as Brawl Stars came out, I already said it, that Brawl Stars Esports will be really big. I said it's gonna be bigger than Clash Royale ever was. And now finally, next year, or actually this year, tomorrow, a new chapter in Brawl Stars starts, and that's Brawl Stars Championship, the Brawl Stars World Championship. It's gonna be amazing, and we're gonna have a really close look at this here first. And who is here? 𝗀𝗍𝗍𝗶. Hi, Chief. I don't try to pronounce my name. Oh my God, Crow. Hello, Crow. Hello, Crow from Twitch. So, first, yeah, let me show you this clip here. That's the first thing I wanted to show you guys, but it's actually this one right here. So that's the first thing. Just in case you missed it, that would be so sad. Here's the official announcement video by the Brawl Stars team. Let's roll the clip. There you go. Take 1 monthly in-game challenge with awesome awards. Win 15 games to progress. Lose 3 games and you're out. Battle in regional qualifiers. Compete at monthly finals and you could get to the Brawl Stars World Final. Prize pool over $1 million. Dollars. It's crazy. That's the official trailer. That's crazy. It's so amazing. And yeah. That's the trailer. Then, there's more information about that. 𝗀𝗍𝗍 says he needs a good teammate. So do we. 𝗀𝗏 and I are also looking for an amazing teammate. So crazy, my game started to buffer. Holy cow. My mind's going crazy. This is insane. I want to show you what we've seen in-game. Oh, I should not have closed the browser window. That was stupid. Anyways, first of all, no, actually, let's look on the website. So I gotta reopen the browser window. Just give me a second here. Little mistake there. I should not have closed it. Just a little mistake. But that doesn't matter. Yeah, we're gonna open that one here. So think that's it, isn't it? Oh no, wrong one. Chrome. There you go. Chrome! Chrome. There you go. That looks kind of weird though. That's not right. Just a second. Yeah, I did close that window by mistake. A little mistake there. Where did the window go? Where did the window go? No, not there. Again. I have too many windows open, I guess. Well, that can happen. So many windows. Let's close a few. It's too many. I think it's just too many windows. That gets me all confused. There you go. This is the one I was looking for. We can close this one. Good. So that should work. Let's select this window. Just give me a second. There you go. Good. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. So there you see the official Brawl Stars webpage. And if you're looking for more information, it's going to be there. esports.brawlstars.com. I put the link in the video description as well. So you get all the information right there on the page. And there is some information there. We're going to go through all the information. And I'm actually also going to show you the arenas that you will have to battle in this video. So quickly read in Brawl. I got all my Brawl 600 trophies, and next thing you know, I'm 19.5 trophies. That's crazy. I'd rather not have a Mortis for Brawl Ball. I will play Rosa. Good. So on this website, it's German here, but it's very interesting. It has the same video on it that we've just seen here. It actually shows the path of the tournament. Here it shows the tourney format. It's in German. It shows the Brawl Stars is a challenge and it's open as of 16 years old. Why did I select German? That's unfortunate. Can I switch this to English maybe? I don't know why it's German all of a sudden. Yeah, I think that's better. No, it's German again. Okay. They don't want to show it this way. And then the monthly challenges will lead to regional online qualifications. The online qualification leads to a monthly offline final. The first was said to be in Katowice. And in those monthly finals, you collect points for the world final in autumn 2020. Sorry, what was this? My mouse here. Where's my mouse? My mouse is gone. Why is this so weird? Good. Okay, then it shows the prize pool here, $1 million. And additionally, the community can buy in-game stuff and can increase the prize pool up to $500,000 more. And more information will be available about that later on. That's here. So that's pretty interesting site actually. And then here is the rules. So you find all the rules here on this site. As I said, I put the link in the video description. I assume it will be English for you if you prefer English. And then here, the February one, we can't click February yet. We can't click that one yet. So I wanted to show you that page. That's certainly worth checking out. I would really recommend to have a look at that page. What is this window here? Yeah, can we get rid of this window? So I opened that one by mistake. Good. So that's the first thing. And then I have some descriptions from within the game that I want to show you. But first, let me quickly read what you guys have to say. It's amazing. 12 different brawlers has 𝗙𝗫𝗍𝗍. You'll be missing out on 20 brawlers. Only 26. 10.5k trophies. So, next thing I want to show you is this. Let's go here again. And there you see what we see in-game about this. Why is my head in the way? I gotta open it over here so I can read it. Good. What it says is the challenge is on. Play the brand new championship challenge for awesome in-game prizes and you could brawl right through to the in-person finals and the chance of winning a part of over $1 million up for grabs. We will talk about the actual chances. Chances are actually really small, and it's really hard to get into that grand final. But we're going to go into the details on how hard that actually is. Then the next thing that they said here in-game, and you guys can read that in-game if you like. It says there is an in-game challenge. That's the first thing. Jump into the new championship challenge, either solo, where you'll be matched with 2 randoms. I don't know if that's a good idea to play with randoms, or in a team with friends. Star tokens or star points are awarded each victory. The games are spread over 5 game modes: Gem Grab, Brawl Ball, Bounty Heist, and Siege. And I'm going to show you the details, actually, of those Gem Grabs and also which brawlers are good. Thanks to 𝗙𝗵𝗱𝗶 Gaming here, who published that in his video. Also the link to his video in the video description. He made some recommendations for brawlers, and of course, I want to show you that as well. So you need at least 800 trophies to play. Friendly rules apply, so your brawlers will be set to level 10, both star powers as options to keep things fair. Amazing. That's number 1. Bola says, how about I play on both the main and the mini at the same time? Can you do that? I think playing with randoms will be hell. I don't think that's a good idea to play with randoms, but yeah. The prices are epic though. The website I used is esports.brawlstars.com. That's the website I tried to show you guys. Let me put it in the chat. There you see, this is the website. It's also in the video description. That's the website. I once won 10 games in a row. Was star player 9 times. My back still hurts from carrying those in. Well. Then, number 2. Let's go to number 2. There you go. So, once you beat the championship challenge, remember, championship challenge, that's you gotta win 15 times and only lose 3 times. That's really hard. Chances are very small. You'll be sent a link for the next round, the regional online qualifier. So I assume the championship challenge is not regional, but after that it becomes regional. The online qualifiers, and I read somewhere that the first one will probably be in Katowice. I don't know where I read that, but and it's not even confirmed yet. I think that was in some announcement or so. The 8 best teams from around the world will be invited to appear in person at the monthly finals with cash prizes for all participants and will pay for the travel and accommodation. Now, what I started thinking is, if you win, do you have to be there every month? That would be a lot of effort. If you have to be there every month, that would be crazy. So I'm not sure where the offline qualifier will be, but somewhere, I think on Twitter or so, I read it. Or maybe on the website. Then it says, World fans win enough points at the online qualifiers and monthly finals and to qualify for the Brawl Stars World Final. So, in the online qualifiers, you have to win points. So when you're there, you have to win points. And if you win enough points, so that kind of looks like you have to be there several times, which is weird. Like travel there every month. That would be weird. But if you have enough points, you can qualify for the final and face off against the world's best and show them who the ultimate brawler is. And by the way, here's also again the links on the screen. Esports, Brawl Stars.com, their Twitter, and everything. Where did I read the Katowice stuff? Maybe it's wrong. Maybe I confused it with something. I don't know. Maybe I confused it with the other Brawl Stars final. I don't know. Trying to remember where I read that. Katowice, Poland. I read it on the Brawl Stars website. Did I? Ah, okay. Did I? Let me check. I'm kind of confused. Did I really have it there? Just give me a second here. Esports, Brawl Stars.com. Click to reveal. Literally seconds ago. In Paris, Los Angeles, Seoul. Ah, there, yeah, it says the first monthly final is in Katowice, Poland. That's what it said on the website. And I didn't remember where I read it. Launch date and rules, exactly. So that's the info. That's all the info about that. All the info about that. The World Finals with all the links that you need. All the links are there. With enough points. I think I just made a mistake there too. Did I show you that? Did I have the wrong picture on screen maybe? I think I was reading it in the other window. So what it says here is the World Final, win enough points and at the online qualifiers and monthly finals and go to qualify for Brawl Stars World Final in fall 2020. Face off against the world's best and show them who's the ultimate brawler. And here again are all the links. All the links. And in the monthly final, you win points. So if you win every qualifier, you're invited to every monthly final and you win points in every monthly final. That would be crazy. And crazy also if 𝗏𝗏 qualifies with his mini account, but not with the main. Oh yeah, you can you actually try twice? You can actually try multiple times with each account. That's true. Does that work? Yeah, that will probably work. That's actually a good idea. You can try with multiple accounts. Okay. Now, of course, you all want to know how this looks like. And here, big thanks to Kairos once again. He also made this little overview here. We already said this. It's 15 wins that you need to qualify in the challenge. So we're talking about the first stage now, the challenge. After that, you have the monthly tournament, and you have several monthly tournaments, and then you go to the World Final. So first, the qualifier. I have to open this page again. I'm always confused a bit here with the Brawl Esports Brawl Stars. There you go. Again. So first is the challenge. And now we're talking about the challenge. And then you have an online qualification tournament. This is online. We're not talking about that yet. And after that, you go to the monthly final. So we're talking about the championship challenge now. Chief has a pay-to-win account. Yeah, I do. So, 24 hours, that's the time the challenge runs. You can only have 3 losses. Friendly rules apply. 10 big bucks you can win and 1,500 star points, and it's solo or to win with teams. Now, tomorrow, when the challenge will be available, it will look like this. That's how the challenge will look like. You will be able to click the challenge. It will show the duration of the challenge. I think that's an error here from the dev build because it's only 24 hours, but it will have stage number 1, which is gem grab, stage number 2, brawl ball, and so on. And as you see here, brawl ball here is still locked, so you have to master those 3 wins first in gem grab, and then you proceed to stage 2 and have to get 3 wins there. And I'm going to show you the map where that will actually take place. And up there you also have your number of losses. You can only have 3 losses and then you're out. That's how it works. Now, one thing that is really important to know here, at each of those stages, they will try to match you with players with the same amount of wins. That's really hard. Think about it. You can do the math. So if you have 1 win, all of the players you're matched with should have 1 win too. If you have 2 wins, they should have 2 wins too. And so on. That basically means after 3 wins, everyone you fight will also have 3 wins. Everybody else will be out. And 𝗙𝗁 did the math. That basically means after the first stage, it's already 50% of the players that are out. It's crazy. 50% of the players will not get the 3 wins. That's what he calculated. And will be out after the first stage. Now, as I said, I didn't do the math myself, but 𝗙𝗁 did it. And actually, to win all 15 matches, it's a 0.12 percentage. 0.12% will win 15. Isn't that crazy? That's really not a lot. And it's really hard to get there. Now, how will the challenges look like? I also got those informations here. The first one will be the gem grab map. And I got this from 𝗙𝗁's Times video. You see the gem grab map. The first one will be the Hard Rock Mine. And what is really good here, and you also see the win chances right here, if I move a little bit. To win, the first one will be 7 out of 8 players, then 11 of 16, and 3 matches will be 1 in 2. So only 1 in 2 players will win 3 matches. And also, 𝗙𝗁, he made a huge effort here in collecting the most successful brawlers for each of those maps that I'm showing you. Like here, the color indicates the strength of the brawler. Like if it's red, it's really, really strong. And the percentage is the win rate. So how often has it been picked is indicated with the color. Actually, I have to say it the other way around. We have the win rate right here of the brawler in that map. That's the win rate. And the color indicates how often it was used. So basically, if it's yellow, it hasn't been used that often. White, it hasn't been used that often. If it's yellow, it has been used more. And if it's red, it has been used most. And basically, a high win rate and a high usage means that that brawler is really, really strong. So first, gem grab. You have to win 3 times on this map here. The next map, I'm gonna go very quickly through those, will be this one right here, the Brawl Ball, my least favorite one. And I was actually surprised here that 𝗙𝗁 says Rico and Shelly are really strong on Brawl Ball. And so is Penny and El Primo. They're kind of strong here on Brawl Ball, the center stage map in Brawl Ball. Exactly. Pink is extremely high pick, which means Rico has a 53% win rate and has been used a lot, which means he's really strong on the map. And you see here also the quote, the rates going down. 1 of 7 will make 6 wins. And then after Brawl Ball, with 6 wins, next stage will be Bounty. The Bounty map will look like this. Same thing here. Penny, super successful. That's no big surprise here. Penny, Piper, and Brock. And also Bo. Those are the players to play. Those are the brawlers you want to play on this Bounty map. Canal Grande. And also B, exactly. 𝗙𝗁 also said B would be very strong. She's not here yet. But B, of course, like Piper, in the range of Piper, will probably also be very strong here on this map. And once you master this map here, 9 wins, you're 1 in 31. If you master this map, you're gonna be 1 in 31 on this map right here. Crazy, isn't it? It's really crazy. So if you have those 9 wins, the next map after 9 wins will be this one here. Heist. That's the next one. The Heist map, Tornado Ring. That's the next map for this challenge. And again, of course, that's no surprise. Bull. We've always known it. Bull is very strong in heist. 𝗀𝗏. I always loved to play 𝗀𝗏. I really did. 𝗀𝗏, always my favorite. I always felt like it's wrong. Somehow I felt a bit ashamed to use 𝗀𝗏 because I felt she's not good. But actually, Kairos here confirmed. 𝗀𝗏 very strong because you want to put the bear on the safe. And then the bear will do so much damage. And that's what I always did with 𝗀𝗏. Very, very strong. Then also 𝗀esse, very strong on this map, and Daryl. So that's the brawlers you want to play. If you make it to 9 wins, and then you're here and play for 10, 11, and 12. But look at this. If you play for 12, you're already 1 in 155 people. 1 of 155 will only make it to 12 wins. So if you make that, if you make it to 12 wins, you will be in the final stage. And that's this one here. And you see the rates here, like 1 in 851. Very low win rate. 1 in 851 players will actually make it to 15 wins in this last arena. And what you see here, by the way, I think you can use this chart also outside of this challenge for the other challenges. Yeah, here, Barley. A big surprise. Barley is very strong. Dynamite is very strong. Penny, Rosa, and Tick. Basically, the throwers rule this map. It's crazy. I've never had the idea, actually. We got to try this in a live stream or when we play next time. Throwers seem to be very, very strong in siege mode. Throwers. That's what they say. It's crazy. And to give you some stats again, the previous round, 1% of the player will make it to number 12, to 12 wins. 1% of the player will make it to 12 wins. Only 1%. Crazy. And that's the pro players. Kairos said, and yeah, I think that's right. If you make 12 wins, you can consider yourself a pro player. That's what he said. And then, of course, if you're on this stage here, that's going to be very hard. Yeah, I don't know. Let's talk about this. What do you think about that? Let me quickly read all the comments. What do you have to say about this? I think it's going to be really hard. Especially when you think that 50% of the people fail in the first 3 rounds. Will not get 3 wins, 50% of the people. And what I was thinking about is it good to start early and think that all the lower level players will already play very soon? Or is it better to wait and let the high level players eliminate each other? What's the better strategy? That's the question here. You can hope that the low level players play first and beat each other, but they're good bait for the high level players. Or it's the other way around. All the high level players play immediately and kick each other out. And then you have a chance to play against low level players. Or it doesn't matter. That's the question. I mean, if the high level players already qualified, it's probably your chance to be able to qualify. I don't know. What's the best strategy? What do you think? So I have to scroll up a little bit here in the chat. Especially with 𝗶𝗏 second, 𝗙𝗏 is going to be strong in bounty. And I hope I get 5 to 6 wins, says 𝗀𝗏𝗱𝗃, but I secretly hope 15. Of course, everyone hopes to get 15, but I think 15 is really, really hard. You can't consider yourself a pro player if you make 15. I wonder what happens if not enough people actually make it. If they have like very, very few people that actually make it. But it's just a matter of percentage, actually. If enough people participate, I mean, it's 1 of 1,000. let's say the chances is 1 in 1,000 that makes it, and if 2,000 players make it, you already have 2. So let's say in Europe we have, I don't know, it's just an estimation. Let's say we have 100,000 players in Europe, then 100 people would qualify for the online tournament, and from those 100, a few would then qualify for the monthly final. I'm really curious how many that will be. 𝗙𝗚 says, I would like to get at least 9 wins. But I won't be surprised if I don't get that far. I think it's also a little bit of luck. Because if you face all the pro players at the start, that will be really hard. If you're lucky, you face other players that play with randoms. And that's better. So, but the question is, when do the randoms play? When do the randoms play? Early or late or always? Siege is crap, says 𝗙𝗚. It's a nightmare for the safe east. I would advise Penny. Okay. And the majority of players aren't good. Statistically, the majority of the players aren't good. I think it's actually better once you make it to the online qualifier. So if you succeed in the challenge, I have the feeling like the challenge is harder because it's worldwide. Everyone will play against each other. But once you master the challenge, it will be locally. And like if you're playing in Asia, I imagine that's way harder than if you play in Europe. Because there's way more and a lot more strong players in Asia probably than in Europe. So I think regional will be an advantage. This tournament is going to include players who are below 2,000 trophies. Yeah, everyone can participate. I think you need 600 or 800 trophies, something like that. We need to go to have time to play all the games. It's 3 games minimum, up to 17 games, which is actually fast. I think it's feasible within 2 hours or so. Half the players are out in 6. The question is what they do if there's not enough players. Will they match you with other players that haven't the same amount of wins? I mean, it could happen that there's not enough players all of a sudden. And you play against bots or something. I don't know. If everybody has already qualified and you play at a time where nobody plays. I don't know how that will work. So are you hyped for this? I want to try it, definitely. I will play with 𝗙𝗚. That's actually an honor for me. I think 𝗙𝗚 is stronger, way stronger than I am. We'll try to make it. At least 3. My goal is 3 wins. 3 wins at least. I want to get the 3 wins, but then again, it's 50%. But if you have 3 wins, you can say you're better than 50% of the players. And after that, it gets really hard. If I play with you in Brawl Ball, I'm dead. I don't like Brawl Ball. That's the worst. Brawl Ball is horrible. Brawl Ball would be horrible. Brawl Ball. I don't like it. 5 is nice. 5 would be nice. With 5, I imagine I would be really happy with 5. 5 wins. I'd be happy with that. 3? 3 is a minimum, but maybe we don't even make 3. I don't know. It's really hard to tell how strong people actually are. But yeah, 𝗙𝗚 says matchmaking is still going to be in play. So playing with 3 wins may mean you'll go against players with 1 win or players with 5 wins if you're matchmaking for too long. Yeah, that may happen. They said they will try to match with people who have the same amount of wins. So only in the very first match, you will play against people with no wins or people that have already lost once, twice, or 3 times. That's how you will play in the first match. But once you have a win, all of your opponents will have 1 win. And if you have 2, all of them will also have 2. So it's really, they're getting stronger continuously. It's an interesting format. Very interesting. Very interesting. And Avalon, you need some practice in Brawl Ball and other game modes other than Gem Grab. That's true. I never play Brawl Ball. If you go back to that map quickly, the Brawl Ball map. Here's the Brawl Ball map again. So The Brawl Ball map. If I have to choose a brawler here, I would probably go Frank. I always loved Frank. I'm not so sure about Rico or Shelly or Primo. Maybe Primo could work too. Yeah, maybe I could play Primo. I think I played Primo in Brawl Ball before. Yeah, we definitely have to practice a few Brawl Ball matches first. Tara, I'm not convinced. I think I'd go for Primo here on this map. Primo or Frank, that would be the ones I would feel most confident with. Bolas' Rico is very frustrating on the map. Master Blast says, I hate how 1v1 clash battles end up highest HP wins. People abuse this feature. Do they? I never noticed so far. Bolas says, I will probably play Rico. So looking at this, let's quickly look at the maps. So on the first map again, let's have a quick look at this. I think that's really interesting. The first map again. What brawlers do I feel most confident with here on this gem grab map? I would probably go with Penny. From the brawlers here, Penny. Penny would probably be my personal choice, which the one I feel most confident with. Which one would be yours? Iglesias, I will help you. The walls. I love Brawl Balls, and you're still playing relatively weaker players. Yeah, no, but actually Brawl Ball is very popular. If there's two game modes I specialize in, it's probably Brawl Ball and Duo Showdown. However, Duo Showdown isn't going to be included. Yeah, unfortunately not. I would have loved Showdown to be included. And Blaster says, I have picked people pick at my tower and use a hardcore defense like Expo, Knight or Rocket. Majority of 3v3 victories are in Brawl Ball. Okay. So which one would you pick right here? I would pick Penny. I would pick Penny here, I guess. Because that would allow me not to be the one who makes the mistakes. I can play the turret. Then in the second round, in the Brawl Ball, we already had that one. I would probably go with Primo or Frank. Frank is good to remove the walls and score the goal, but he's slow. So maybe better go with Primo. I would feel quite confident with Primo. On the third map, I personally, in Bounty, I would probably go Piper. Piper or Penny. I played a lot with Piper and Penny, and I would feel confident with Piper or Penny in this, I guess. Gotcha Cookie, hello! Then on map number 4, if we ever make it that far, map number 4, if I had to pick a brawler, Bounty Bolas is playing B. Yeah, you're very strong with B. Very strong with B. That would fit, I guess. Then on Heast, I would go with Nida. Because Nida, you just need a chance. We need a Bull, you need a Nida. I think that's pretty good pick. Pretty good pick. A Bull, a Nida, and a 𝗀cie. I'd play Nida because I've always been very good. Nida can defend, and then you place the bear on the save, and the match is basically decided. That's what I would try here on Heist. And then, of course, you need a Bull, because the Bull is very strong. Heist, says Bola, I might go for Ems or Daryl. Daryl, of course, also strong and fast. Maybe Daryl is better than 𝗀cie. Probably better than 𝗀cie. Und jetzt auf Schweizerdeutsch. Gotcha, Cookie. Herzlich willkommen. 𝗀cie is really good. Bola could use 𝗀cie. We still have to make up our minds when we play tomorrow and if we play on the live stream. I don't know. I don't know yet. And then on the last map, that's the one I rarely ever play. I'd probably try Tick. Because I like Tick. Tick is one of my strongest. I'd probably try to go with Tick. That's what I'd play. What would you tick? What would you tick? What would you pick here? I think I'd go with tick. Bola says I'd probably go with Rosa. Yeah, I don't like cie. I don't like cie. Rosa's not even here, but I think she's also strong. I think Rosa is also strong. Bola says I always play Rosa in cie power play. Yeah, she's always strong. I think she's also good on this map. I'll try tick here when we get there. She's on. Oh yeah, there she is. Yeah, you're right, Bola. There she is. Tick sounds good. Tick and Rosa. And then probably also a Daryl or a Penny. A turret can help. Probably you need a Penny. Penny, Rosa, and Tick would probably be a good team. That's the siege team. So that's what I assume. Oops, wrong button. I'll play in this. Everybody already hyped for this. It's super cool. I'm really looking forward to this. This is all the information I have. Again, first, you have to compete in that challenge. If you win the challenge, there will be an online tournament. And if you qualify in the online tournament, you will be invited to the monthly final. The first one will be in March. So the dates again here. So the first championship challenge is tomorrow. It starts 9 MEC. I think it's 10 Central European time, or is it 9? And then the qualifier will start. The online qualifier will start on January 18. For that, you need the personal invitation link. And if you manage to win that one, and I don't know the rules for that one yet, we've only spoken about the challenge. Then there will be the monthly final. The first one will be 7 and 8 March. March 7th and 8th in Katowice, Poland. And then in autumn, there will be the grand final. I don't really think I'll make it to one of those offline finals. But yeah, it would be cool. It would be cool anyways. By the in-game countdown, it's at 8 a.m. my time, so 9 a.m. CET. So it starts at 9 a.m. We still need to figure out when we play it and if we play it live or if we play it offline. I'm still undecided about that. Still undecided about that. Okay. That's the first topic I wanted to talk about with you. The first topic, the Brawl Stars final. I think it's really amazing that they create that big tournament. And I think that tournament's going to be really, really huge. It's huge because everybody can participate. It's like with Clash Royale when they had the CCGS. I think was the name CCGS. And everybody could play that, created such a hype about that tournament. And I feel like it's going to be the same thing here in this Brawl Stars tournament. It's going to be amazing. You can still brag that you got 15 wins. Yes. And at least at that point, you know, you have reliable teammates. Good. Let's go to the next topic. Next topic after Brawl Stars. The next topic. Let me open this. So the next topic I want to talk about today is, where's the quote? You're not burned out, you're bored. I've seen an Instagram post by Gary V where he had a spectator asking him a question. The spectator basically said, yeah, I don't know, I'm doing something and I don't like it anymore. Not sure, maybe I do have a burnout or something. And you know, if you know Gary V, he's always good for an easy, honest, and usually true answer. He's really good in making complicated things very easy. And first of all, let me also say, this topic here, you're not burned out, you're bored. It's not about medicine, it's about motivation. And I'm not going to discuss burnout or bore out in detail. I'm not a doctor or anything. It's really this Gary V clip here that I've seen, and it was really interesting to see that. And so the woman is there and she asks him, am I burned out? I lost my passion. And here's that little clip for you guys. So we gotta go over here again. There you go. It's this one right here. Right here. There's that clip.
What happened? You woke up and you're like, I don't want to do this?
I did, yeah, I do.
Okay. So don't.
And as I said, Gary V, he always has a quick answer. And it's not even wrong. She says she woke up and she didn't want to do it anymore. And he says, well, easy. Don't. But there's more to that. And the thing is this. If you did something for some time, there is this stigma in society today that if you do something and then you don't feel like doing it anymore, that you're a loser. You didn't stick to it. You didn't have the determination to actually finishing it. And why is that? I mean, it can really just be that you're not passionate anymore. You're bored by what you've been doing for 12 months. Maybe it was that thing just for 12 months and not more. And then after that, it's time to change and do something else. Just because you started it and you had fun for a while doesn't mean you can never change and do something else. And that's what he basically says here. And don't judge yourself, but just because you're not passionate about it anymore, just because you're bored and you want to try something else, don't judge you for that. And also what he also says here, and I think that, let me actually play that clip for you quickly. The second clip here.
Here's the thing, everybody's putting stigmas around things. You might not be burned out. You might have just liked selling homes for a year. Why is everything gotta be burnout? Why is everything gotta be so intense? Why can't it just be that you had a nice 18-month run selling homes and you're good?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant here. It can be that you just don't like it anymore and then just try something else. Maybe something else has more energy for you and you want to try that. Maybe it's just that. Maybe it had just energy for 12 months and not more. And you should usually also do the things where your energy is at. So do something else that energizes you. A good measure is always if you get up in the morning and you feel energized because you're looking forward to the things that you're gonna do, that's a good thing. But if you wake up in the morning and you totally don't feel energized and you're not in the mood to get up, that's usually a good sign that there's something wrong and the things you're looking forward to are not things that you actually want to do. And so it's the best moment is really always when you get up and you're motivated because you're looking forward to the things that you want to do that day. And then also another thing here, why you shouldn't judge yourself is this. Even those high performers are not motivated everywhere. There's really that thought, and I think that perspective is not right. People have the perspective that the high performers are motivated everywhere, and that's simply not true. Like Gary V, he says it himself, and I think it's also true for me. I would say it's true for me too. There are areas, like if I have to do something at home, like hang up a picture or something, I'm totally not motivated to do that. I'm lazy. The picture can be on the floor for a month and I won't do it because there's absolutely no energy for me in hanging up that picture. But if there's other things, like I have a cool idea for a video and I want to create that video, there's a lot of energy in it and I feel really energized when I'm doing it. So it's not so much about you not being passionate or not being energized, but it's also about what the thing you're energized or passionate about. And I think that really makes a huge difference. The thing that you feel energized about. If you start it, you finish it, says 𝗙𝗍𝗍. If you want to finish it, of course. Like for myself, I can also say, I like to do new things. As soon as it gets repetitive, it gets hard. And if you know exactly how it works and you're doing it 1,000 times and there's no change and you're doing the same thing over and over again, I'm a person that gets bored and I don't like to do it. But if there is something new in it and I can try a new direction, I can try a new idea, that gives me energy and I'll be very motivated to do those things. But people are different. Some people like to do things they know well and have some kind of a routine, and others really love to do new things. And you also have to find out which one of those persons are you. Which one of those are you? For me, repetitive stuff is hard. But still, repetitive stuff has to be done. And there are times, and this shall not be an excuse, there are times where you don't feel like it, but you still have to do it. It's more about just because you did something doesn't mean you cannot change and try something else. But if you really must do it because this on the end goal is still the same, then you gotta work hard and work through that. There will always be times where you don't feel motivated. And there's another clip to that here that I want to share with you. This one.
You're not burnt out. You're bored. People are like, oh, I'm just lazy. You're not lazy. You just don't want to do that fucking thing that you're lazy at.
It's exactly that. It's just that thing that you're lazy at. You have to think about it. Maybe that thing that you're lazy at, you just don't want to do it. Then maybe it's just time to change and try something else. I can really connect with that. Now, let me see. Which one did I show? 3. And then here.
Stop beating yourself up. You're not burnt out. You just need to try something else.
Just try something else. If you're in that mood, you don't feel like it, and it's not related to your actual goal, try something else. You can always try something else. Don't be so judgmental on yourself. And also, let me show you this clip here. This is very important. I keep repeating this, what I'm going to show you now. It's very important. Listen, I really believe this. You will always find what you're looking for. There are a lot of people out there that spread negativity. They look for negativity. They look for bad things. They pay attention to bad things. And that's exactly what they'll find. And it's also, unfortunately, it's that way that negative things have more attraction to a lot of people. So they find exactly that. They find exactly what they're looking for. But turn this around. You'll find what you're looking for. If you're looking for happiness, if you're looking for the good things, if you're looking for things that inspire you, if you're looking for things that are positive, if you're looking for things that energize you, I believe you will actually find those things, and that will make your life a lot better. And that's one of the quotes I really believe in. You find what you're looking for. And here's Gary's take on that one.
If you want to find negativity and bad and everything sucks, it's real easy. You can see that every second of your life.
It's really easy. If you see everything's bad, you'll see that every second of your life. But
if you want to see, holy crap, there is so much opportunity, and I'm so grateful that I get to live when the internet is on my phone and I can do anything and my great-grandparents couldn't, there's that too.
It's really amazing. Just to think of what's possible today. So many things we have that were not possible before. It's really an amazing time to live. I think it's the best time for us to have ever lived. And I think it's actually around the world. It's kind of like that. It's really amazing the possibilities that we have today and the knowledge that we have everywhere today. It's a great time. So if you look for those things, you will exactly find those things. That's the message here. So next time you feel like you're burnt out and you can't do it anymore, my recommendation here, and the reason why I showed you this here, the reason why I showed you this here is really this. Next time you feel like you don't have the energy anymore to do something and you feel not motivated, think about it this way. Is this really something that I need to do? Is this something that I need to do to reach my goals? If yes, you probably have to just work through and work hard and do it anyways. But if you find out that this is something that you're working on and it's just not your goal anymore, you're working on something that's not your goal anymore, you may just be bored and maybe it's time to change direction and try something new to get energized again. Life is short and you have only so much time and you gotta try all your talents. Talents are like little seeds, and you put water on each of those seeds and see what plant can grow from those little seeds. And it's really a waste of time if you have only one seed and waste all the other seeds and never see what beautiful things you would have created. So try to give water to all of your talents and try different things in life. It's also a misconception or a wrong perspective that we have today, like people should stay in their lane and just do one thing and never try something else, because that would not work. I don't know where that comes from. I think it's just wrong. People should just try whatever they feel like trying and also try new things that they haven't done before if they feel like that's gonna make them happy. That's the message of this part of the show. What do you think about that little thing here? What Gary V had to tell us. I think that's really an interesting little short clip there that I wanted to share with you. And now I'm going to read the chat. After this little monologue, a little monologue here. My friend's bragging about how he's good with Mortis. I got Mortis like a month after him and I'm rank 19 and he's at 18. He never did a trick shot or something. Epic. I did a triple kill, a double. Juicy. It was juicy. Good luck tomorrow, 𝗀𝗶𝗆. Thank you. 𝗙𝗫𝗓, I would judge myself. If you start it, you finish it. If you have to do it, you gotta do it. Jess is positive. I'm so sorry, but I have an indoor soccer game in an hour, so I have to leave. 𝗙𝗫𝗓, have an amazing soccer game and take care. Take care. There's actually, if you're thinking about what a bore out is, I also created something that I want to show you quickly. I mean, the term bore out, I'm not sure you actually know what it is. So maybe, let's see, I prepared something for this. Where's that thing? There. A bore out. What is a bore out actually? We're talking of a bore out here. And so I looked up on Wikipedia what a bore out is. It's a boredom bore out syndrome. It says it's a psychological disorder that causes physical illness. So a bore out, if you really get a bore out, and as I said, I'm not a doctor and this should not be any medical advice or anything. I'm just an interested reader. And so if you really get a bore out, it's not a simple thing. It's a psychological disorder and it can cause physical illness, mainly caused by mental underload at the workplace due to a lack of either adequate quantitative or qualitative workload. That basically says if you don't feel challenged, if your job's too easy for you, if you have no potential to develop, you can get into a bore-out. One reason for bore-out could be that the initial job description does not match the actual work, or maybe you just became too good. You did too much and then you're too good. This is a pretty new theory, actually, which is surprising because I heard of it long ago. And they say this theory was first expounded in 2007. So it's quite new, actually, only 13 years old. What are symptoms of a bore-out? It's not the same as a burnout. By the way, a burnout is the other thing. That's when you have a lot of things to do, when you have a lot of stress, and you do not find a way how to handle that stress. That can result in a burnout. But the symptoms can be very similar. Again, I'm not an expert on this. Symptoms and consequences of a bore-out. Symptoms of the bore-out syndrome are described by the Frankfurt psychotherapist Wolfgang Merkle as similar to the burnout syndrome. As I said, I just said it, it's very similar. These include depression, drive, insomnia, but also tinnitus. Do you actually say it, tinnitus? I don't know. Susceptibility to infection. Never heard that word. Stomach upset, headache, and dizziness. That's symptoms of a bore-out. The consequences of a bore-out for employees are numerous, both psychologically and physically. So, and that's another thing. Those psychological things, almost every time, they also have a physical component to them. And it can be more or less serious. On the psychological level, boredom, dissatisfaction, permanent frustration gradually lead the victim of a bore-out into a vicious circle. They gradually lose the will to act at the professional level and the personal level. To the loss of self-esteem is added the constant anxiety of being discovered. The bore-out victim lives with the constant fear that the supervisor or a teacher or whatever your situation is will discover the inactivity and duplicity. The confrontation with and enduring the unsatisfactory situation lead to further stress that paralyzes and strains. So this is really what I want to say. If you're really talking about medical bore-out, that's not an easy thing. That's a very, very serious topic. And that's why I said in the beginning, we're talking about motivation. We're talking about things that you want to try, and like you want to go into what was the example there in the video? I forgot the example.
If you want to see...
No, not this. Yeah, if you want to be... Yeah, the example of selling homes. Like, if you feel like selling homes is your future, and you try that for a year, and you want to build a career on selling homes, and then after a year you're in it, and you find like, well, that's not making me happy. I want to do something else. Try something else. That's what this message is basically saying. Tinnitus and susceptibility. Tinnitus. It's tinnitus in German. Tinnitus. Tinnitus. And susceptibility. Okay. Okay. So, you're not bored. You're not burned out. You may just be bored. And you may just require to try something else. Next topic for today. So we had the Brawl Stars Championship. We had You're Not Burned Out, You're Bored by Gary Vee. That little post there. I really like that one. And next we're going to talk about UFC 2. I always forget the number. 246. UFC 246. Something really big is coming there with UFC 246, and I'm really looking forward to that. It's gonna be next weekend. January 18. Let me show you. Here's that big event. You know, I'm a big fight sports fan. Next weekend, Conor McGregor, he's the guy over there, against Cowboy Cerrone, a welterweight UFC bout next weekend. And that's such an amazing bout. You may not know, but Conor McGregor was kind of retired, not really retired. He fought against Khabib. He lost against Khabib. After that, it was not really clear what he's going to do next. And Cowboy Cerrone, also a great fighter, but he lost. We're going to go to the statistics there. But he lost his last 2 matches. But this is a big one. And why is it the big one? Because I think both of those fighters are amazing strikers. And that's why I think this one is going to be really intense. Conor McGregor, of course, is a big legend. A big legend. Let's go to the tail of the tape. Is that what you say, I guess? The tail of the tape. I got this here. There we can compare the 2 fighters. I'm really looking forward to this. I'm a huge fighting fan. I'm not a UFC fan, actually. Except for I'm a Conor McGregor fan. Yes. This Irishman, I don't know, it's somehow the way he made this thing big and interesting. I'm really become a Conor McGregor fan. But this is kind of difficult for me because Cowboy Cerrone, I'm also a fan of his. He's also a great fighter. Now, looking at this here, you see that Conor is younger. 5 years younger, 31 against 36. It's not a huge difference, in my opinion. That shouldn't be such a big difference. In boxing, you have fighters that were 45 when they become, or older actually, and they still became champion of the world. So it's still possible. Height is interesting. Conor McGregor is a striker. And the thing here is, Conor McGregor, he has a great left hook. Everybody's always talking about his left hook. And he's smaller though, but he has a little bit more reach. He's smaller, but he still has more reach. And everybody talking about his striking capabilities. I think he's also a good wrestler, but it's just not as good as his striking. And that's why people are always talking of him as a striker. But I think he's pretty good in all disciplines, actually. And then Cerrone, he's an excellent kicker. He does excellent kicks to the head. And both of them, what they do is, like Conor McGregor, he has that strategy where he kind of makes the opponent move into his left hook. Somehow he manages, and he's a Southport, as they say in English. So he's having his right hand in front and punching with his left hook. And somehow he drives his opponent into his left hooks. He's really good at doing that. Southpaw, says Bola. Yeah, Southpaw. So that's one of his best skills, actually. And then when people try to grapple him, he's really good in getting out of that and getting away. On the other hand, Cowboy Cerrone, he's an amazing kicker. And I've seen some footage of him. And there's a link in the video description with a really detailed analysis of the 2 fighters. I really enjoyed that. Check out that link. And he really has that amazing skill where he manages with just faking moves or doing moves to actually move the head of his opponent in the right position so that he can do his really devastating kicks. So really 2 interesting fighters that match up here in this, or that gonna battle in this amazing fight here. And then you see the record. And that's actually very interesting because, you know, Conor McGregor, he's such a legend. But when you look at the record, Conor McGregor actually has only 25 matches, 21 wins, 4 losses. And Cowboy Cerrone, he's on 50. He had 50 matches, so he got way more fighting experience. So that's certainly going to be his advantage here. 50 against 25, that's quite a huge difference. Of course, Conor McGregor, he fought like really, really strong opponents in his career, basically everyone. And I'm not so sure about Cerrone. I just don't know who he fought against. But we're going to look at the fight list of the matches that he did. But that's certainly interesting. What I noticed is also, and that's going to be interesting for me too. Let me drink something quickly. Yeah, what has also been said is that Cowboy usually starts rather slow. Conor usually starts very aggressive. So that's a good matchup. And I expect Conor to start really aggressive, try to punch Cowboy, and Cowboy kind of starting slow. But what is interesting here, a lot of fighters make the mistake if the other one attacks them aggressively, they try to avoid and try to walk away. And that's exactly what Conor counts on, because then he makes them move into his left hook. And he was always very successful with that. Cerrone is different. When he's under pressure, he usually moves into the opponent and will grapple him and try to wrestle him. And so that's going to be very interesting how they do with that. And also, I mean, Conor, if he turns his back on him, history could repeat. He could get into a choke like against Khabib and lose to a choke again. So that, interesting. You see also there, Conor was the first UFC fighter to hold 2 division titles simultaneously, the featherweight and lightweight. So that's a huge achievement. He still has the fastest knockout in UFC Championship history, 13 seconds against 𝗀𝗍𝗍, and a 90% finish rate. On the other hand, Cerrone, most wins and most finishes in UFC history. Isn't that crazy? Most post-fight bonuses in UFC history, and 7 knockouts from kicks, a UFC record. And that's why when I said he's a really, really great, he's really, really great with his kicks. Really great kicks. I'm really looking forward to this match. Maybe some of you also looking forward to watch those matches. I think it's going to be interesting. For me also, there's a psychological component to this. Like Conor McGregor, he always had that vision. He wanted to be the best fighter of the world. He wanted to beat them all. And even when he started out, he told it to everyone. He said, I'm going to be the greatest fighter of all. I'm going to beat them all. No matter who fights me, I'm going to beat them and I'm going to get all the titles. So he had that clear vision, always. And even if he lost, he still was on his way. And then, when he had it all, and that's just my impression, he kind of lost focus. There wasn't that clear goal anymore. And he started wandering around. He did that Mayweather fight to try boxing, which he lost. He fought against Khabib, which he lost. And so it's actually, this match is interesting because is it a comeback for Conor McGregor or not? Will he be back in the octagon or not? If he loses again, he should really think about his career. And I'm usually very careful about this because, well, just because somebody loses doesn't mean they should end their career. But on the other hand, fighting, I mean, if it's a tennis player and he loses and he still enjoys it, continue, no problem. If you're a fighter and you start to lose more matches than you win, you really have to think if you should retire. And I feel like this match could be that point here for Conor. If he loses, he may start to think about that. Maybe 1, 2 more fights, and then this is going to get a real topic here. But if he wins, we may see a new Conor McGregor back in the octagon, back with a new focus. And so that's what's really interesting here. So a lot of talk, but let me also show you the fight record. Basically, we already seen it. Conor McGregor here, 25 matches, 21 wins, 4 losses. 18 by knockout, 1 by submission, 2 by decision. That's his record in the 25 matches. Same thing for Cowboy. Cowboy's fight record, you see it here. 36 wins, way more losses, of course, than Conor McGregor. 13 losses, 6 by knockout. Also 10 wins by knockout. And kind of this tells me 13 losses, 36 wins. He's taking risks. He's taking a lot of risks, and then sometimes he loses, sometimes he wins. I don't know what to say about this ratio. He's a great fighter with 50 matches and 36 wins. But yeah, that's going to be really interesting. If you look at something else here, just a moment, this one, that's his fights. That's, yeah, a little bit too small. You see Conor McGregor's record. Basically, he lost at the very beginning of his matches. That's the red dots over there. That's kind of hard to read for you. Let me quickly tell you what it says. I gotta open it over here. That's really small. So he lost very early in his career against 𝗙𝗵𝗱𝗶 and against Joseph Duffy. And then he lost against Nate Diaz, but after that he won against Nate Diaz. And then he lost his last match against Khabib. So it's a pretty clean record, actually. Some losses at the very start, only 2. Then Nate Diaz, he won it back, and then the last loss against Khabib. If we look at Cowboy's record, again, it's a little bit small, of course. I understand that. A little bit hard to read. But it gives a different picture. Like, he has a lot of wins. All the green dots over there are wins, but the losses are spread all over his fight record. So every few fights he also had a loss. And his last 2 matches against Justin, I can't read that, it's a little bit small, just have to zoom it. Justin Gaethje, and against Tony Ferguson he lost. Tony Ferguson, of course, also a great fighter. So he lost. So also for him, this is an important match. Never before. No, actually he once lost 3 times in a row. 3 times in a row in 2017. He lost 3 times in a row. And then in 2019 he lost 2 times in a row. So just speaking of that, he's at least somebody that always comes back and will always try to give a good fight. I think it's going to be really interesting. It's really hard to tell who's going to win. I think it's going to be intense. I think it's going to be more of a boxing match than actually a wrestling match. It will be more about boxing. However, Cerrone, he's an amazing wrestler. Not as strong as Khabib, of course, but he's also a strong wrestler. But don't underestimate Conor. Conor is also strong. He fought good against Khabib, but just not as good as Khabib, because Khabib is very strong. So it's really hard to tell. If I'd bet, and I don't, but if I'd bet on a winner, maybe I'm biased because I'm a little bit more of a Conor fan. I'm a fan of both, but a little bit more maybe of Conor. So I'd probably bet on Conor. But it could really go the other way. So that's going to be next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be an interesting fight. If you want to see a really detailed analysis of the experts, check out the link in the video description. I really enjoy that, and I'm curious how this one's gonna go. Really curious for that. It's gonna be amazing. And now I'm curious who else is here. Who else is still here in the show? Let's actually go over here and show the chat. This is your chance to be in the chat. After the Conor McGregor segment, 𝗙𝗍𝗱 has left. He said that. Is 𝗙𝗶 still here? PewDiePie is dead, is in the house. I'm the only one who watches? Interesting. I think it's Conor who's gonna win. 𝗙𝗶 is here. Hello. Peacekeeper. Hey, Chief. What's poppin'? So what am I gonna do now? Good question. First, I'm gonna announce topics for next week. Topics next week. For the show next week. Currently planned. They may still change until next week, but currently planned. I'm still waiting for my guest to actually join the show. And it's kind of hard to communicate, so I cannot announce it. Then another topic I have here is the Hero Fest panel, where we discussed about children and social media usage. And what we discussed there, I think that's an interesting topic. I'm still looking forward, and actually I'm planning to contact a few people, and I already have a list of people I want to contact to have them as guests in the show, because I think it's gonna be better once we have guests and discuss topics with guests. And then the quote of the week for next week: it's better to be prepared and not get a chance than to get a chance and not be prepared. That's the quote for next week. And that's what is already planned for next week for the show. I'm really hoping to get guests. I'm thinking whether we should go over to Twitch and play a round of Brawl Stars with 𝗙𝗶. Practice a little bit. Maybe just for an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, maybe something like that. We could do that next. And then we'll end the show for today. I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you enjoyed this show today with the 3 topics that we had. Everything you need to know about the Brawl Stars Championship, the challenge, what maps are in the challenge, all of that. Then we talked about new goals, new visions. You're not burned out. You may be bored. Interesting topic, in my opinion. And then what I'm really personally looking for next week, I'm excited for this one. The big match, Conor McGregor against Cowboy Cerrone. And I think we'll talk about it again once it happened. And then that's it for show number 4. And I hope to see every one of you in the next show.